So in this part of the reading, I really want to not really focus on religion too much, besides the fact that in the story right now, there's so much hatred going on in the world, and you can kind of see the mental health of all the people living here currently kind of starting to deteriorate, and that's really what I want to focus on. And basically, how that deterioration is kind of caused a little bit. I feel like religion and God is being talked a little bit less and less as the story goes on for some reason, and that's probably because they can't really focus on that. Even though, like, even at the start of the novel, they'd be like praising God so much, reading the Quran whenever they were going through something tough, and that seemed like it was more at the start of the war when they were better in a mindset and trying to think of that. But now they're like getting a lot of hatred, which is not a very religious thing. And it kind of seems like they're kind of swaying away from religion a little bit more. I don't know why they're doing this, but that's just something I noticed. And the main character started to say that her life is meaningless, like a water being poured on hot cement, or even like a feather in the wind. And it just kind of shows that all these people's lives, the citizens of Syria, are just kind of, their life is getting withered away. They're starting to feel like they have nothing to live for. Their life is just unpredictable every single day. They feel meaningless because their neighbors are just getting shot and killed, and they don't ever know when they are, so they don't want to make anything of themselves and improve themselves as a person, because that improvement may mean nothing at the end of the day if they just get simply shot. So it's a lot of negative energy going on in the mindsets of these Syrian people, and I'm sure that's how it was when the war was actually going on, and a lot of hatred is going on towards each other in the book, in the family, and as well just hatred towards the government. I hate this, I hate this. There's just so much negative energy going on, and you honestly can't blame them because of the war. And I just feel bad for all the people that had to go through all this mental health struggle. They really feel like they have nothing to live for, and it's horrible to learn about and honestly kind of read. But it's necessary because it kind of gives me some empathy for these people and why it is important that countries taking refugees. And I just, and they said they had images of their friends dying and blowing up into pieces, and I just think that's terrible, because how do you get that out of your mind? That just causes so much anxiety, depression, I bet. And I just feel so bad for what these people have to go through. But in the book, they're starting to go to the U.S. and try to convince them to help them out, and that kind of relates to the Barack Obama video and why he kind of took action in Syria to kind of stop everything while taking over the oil reserves from ISIS. So it's just very interesting to learn about all this stuff, and I'm excited to keep reading the book.